Hi, I want to welcome you back to ChristiansMustReunite.com. I appreciate you returning. I've had some questions on how one becomes a consecrated Marian catechist, like I am. I can say this up front that I really enjoyed studying these courses, and I've been blessed richly through learning my faith more. And I highly recommend it to anybody out there. And it's very inexpensive. It takes time and effort, and it can be done if you discipline yourself every day to your study. You start out with what's called the stage one, I guess. You start out with a basic course on the catechism. And this is the manual that you get. You read these different chapters, and then you take a test on each chapter, and you're graded. You must pass each one of your tests by 75% or better, which isn't too bad. Now the basic course, I found it not that difficult, actually. It was great to learn things that I never knew, and I enjoyed that. Also, you do certain spiritual practices. You up your game on your spiritual life, your prayer life, and the apostolate gives you direction on that, and that's a really great thing. Another thing you do in stage one is a 30-day Ignatian retreat. No, you don't go somewhere and do this. You do it from your own home. But there again, this is a matter of disciplining yourself and committing to doing it every day. And during this 30-day retreat, everybody's assigned a spiritual director, a priest who belongs to the apostolate, who helps you through this, and you speak with this priest all along the way throughout the retreat. And what a blessing that was. That was a great exercise to go through. So once you complete that, you enter on to stage two. And stage two is, of course, you continue the spiritual practices, your prayer life, but you also get a manual for the advanced Catholic Catechism course. Okay, now I'm not going to kid you, this is a little more difficult to get through, but it's well worth the effort. Again, you take the tests, and you have to pass the test by the same 75% or better. Another thing you have to do is you have to read Cardinal Raymond Burke's commentary on the General Directory for Catechesis. Okay, what's contained in this book was recommended by Saint Pope John Paul II, and that's when this was devised. In this book, it says the General Directory of Catechesis is directed above all to the bishops of the church, who are the first catechists. But every adult member of the church is called to give an account of his or her faith before the world. So for anybody teaching the faith, be it bishops, priests, laymen, it's good to know what you're talking about when you're attempting to teach either children or adults. Okay, now also this isn't necessary to take in order to become a consecrated Marian catechist, but they also recommend that you take the course on the Masters of the Spiritual Life. which talks about several saints like Augustine, Francis of Assisi, etc. And it's a good insight into their lives and how they lived. I would say do this, but you don't have to do this to become a Marian catechist. Now, once all your coursework is done, you request permission through a formal letter to our international director, who is Cardinal Raymond Burke, and you're asking for permission to seek consecration as a Marian catechist. If you finished your course, it's more of a formality than anything, because Cardinal definitely welcomes you and wants you to join the apostolate. So what you do is you're invited to go to La Crosse, Wisconsin, to the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is a beautiful, beautiful shrine. The church is outstanding, and each year they hold what they call Consecration Weekend. When I made my consecration, there were 6 of us that had finished the course. I was the only male, and it was just a wonderful experience. It lasts from Thursday till Sunday, and Cardinal Burke speaks several times, and he has guest speakers. There's rosary, there's adoration, Stations of the Cross. It's a wonderful retreat weekend, and it all culminates on Sunday with a wonderful Mass that is given for the new catechists and people that are already consecrated. And you renew your consecration if you're already a catechist, and if you're not, if you're a beginner, you're up front right before the communion rail. Yes, they still have communion rails, and you go through the Mass and you go through the consecration. And you get that wonderful blessing from Cardinal Burke. It is a great thing. I highly recommend it to anybody out there interested. If I've left anything out, if you have any questions, you can send me a message on the contact page on the website, and I'd be glad to answer those. I'm trying to acclimate myself to speaking to a cell phone on a tripod here, and it's a little funny for me. Never done anything like this before, but hopefully I'll get better at it as we go. Anyway, God bless you all, and check the website out periodically, because I'm going to have some guest articles appearing. I'll be putting some blogs on there, and I have added a couple of videos that will be good for you to watch. And I'll be doing more of these. Thank you. God bless.